It's not the microbe, it's the terrain, is what Louis Pasteur said. And I just read that Pasteur, someone talking about viruses, they said that Pasteur coined the virus and it's a fake term. But remember, on his deathbed, he said it's not the microbe, it's the terrain, because he was the one responsible for homogenization process or pasteurization. That's why it's called pasteurization from Louis Pasteur. It's just basically boiling away the microbes so that so that basically people weren't going to get all those diarrhea diseases, but maybe they didn't need to because maybe it's a lactose intolerance thing or all kinds of other situations. But look, anyone can recant on their deathbed. Anyone can change their mind. And sometimes things work for a while, but they don't work forever. Just because you boil something for a year doesn't mean you're going to have to boil that forever, because people everything changes. The book of changes, the I Ching. It's all about. There's many different variations of change. Okay, I'm going to try to focus here. Pasture, it's not the microbe, it's the terrain. Do you know what that means? It's not so much the germs you need to fear. You need to build up your terrain. The terrain means your land. It literally means the landscape, and it means your the what do you call it? Your surroundings. What is a petri dish? It's a culture. What's a culture but what you're surrounded by and swimming in? I just got to stop this because this one is giving me a headache. Our culture is now completely rotted to the core worldwide because of our clothing. I'm not saying China makes bad clothes or Bangladesh makes bad clothes, but it's the middleman that makes the bad clothes. These clothes are crap and flimsy and disposable. Your body, we are the temple of God. Whatever. Even if you don't bring God into this scenario, our bodies at least should match as beautiful as an animal. And it's not. Now we are like some sort of wiggling bacteria all over the place. So the terrain is what's important, meaning what are you surrounded by? This is why I'm attacking this from a cultural aspect, because we were taken down culturally. And it doesn't mean that your culture is your, how you blow your accordions or whatever. Your culture is literally is more like your clothing. Your feel good, how the elders are treated, how your kids feel safe and yet disciplined and with given boundaries. I'm not talking about Borat here. I'm talking about the universal truth that everybody agrees with. Now, and there's probably not very many universal truths, but those universal truths are what we have to stand on. And then let the diversity go on. Diversity is so important to any culture. Diversity is everything. But what they've done is they say diversity, and they're taking diversity away. So that's all I wanted to say about what does it mean, culture. It's the microbe and it's not the microbe, it's the terrain. And now our terrain is the terrain and not the microbe. Meaning it's what you're surrounded by. And where are the epigenetics? Where's Bruce Lipton? Where are all these gurus that have been talking for the last 30 years? Are they hiding? And are they not piping up about epigenetics? Which means that it's more what you're surrounded by than the genetic makeup. It's your environment more than and yet so they took down our environment, and these people are just sort of just whistling by the graveyard because they made their money, and God knows who they're blackmailed by. I want to say why I got so interested in the meaning of words is back in the 70s, the word homo was thrown around. It was hilarious. But one teacher said, do you know what homo means? It means like the same. That's where we get the word homogenized milk, is that homo milk means it's left in the same state regarding the fat content, as opposed to 2% or skim milk or whatever. Homo means same. So that's why homosexuals like the same sex. So I thought that was very interesting. So we need to bring back the word homosexual instead of gay, because gay is a word that was unparalleled back in the 20s and 30s. And then they brought in the Great Depression. I wonder why. Because they hate the word gay. They don't want us to be gay, meaning lively, fun, spirit, merrymaking. Why would they take that word and just apply it to people who anally penetrate or orally suck?